So our research looks at household air pollution exposure, which is air pollution that results from the burning of solid fuels in traditional cook stoves. So approximately 2.8 billion people, or 40% of the world's population, rely on the burning of solid fuels for their daily cooking and heating needs. And these fuels typically are wood, crop residuals, animal dung. They're burned in traditional cook stoves, which are very combustion inefficient, and that leads to the release of numerous pollutants and toxicants, which are known to be harmful to human health. So we leveraged the Ghana randomized air pollution and health study to look at the effects of in utero or prenatal household air pollution exposure on infant lung function. So briefly, the Ghana randomized air pollution and health study, or GRAFS, is a cluster randomized cook stove intervention study where we recruited women during pregnancy and randomized them to receive one of two cook stove interventions to try to reduce their air pollution exposures during pregnancy or control. And they were also followed with personal exposure assessments throughout pregnancy. And for our lung function study, when the children were 4 weeks old, we brought them into the clinic to perform lung function tests to see how well their lungs were working. So our research suggests that, similar to other studies of prenatal tobacco exposure and also other studies of prenatal ambient air pollution exposure, our study suggests that increasing levels of household air pollution exposure affect lung development beginning prenatally, and that those changes are actually measurable even at 4 weeks of life. So our study results also show that girls are more vulnerable to the effects than boys, and that perhaps exposures that are occurring during the second and third trimester pregnancy are more potent on lung development. And so given this, we think that potentially the placenta, which is an organ that's actually of fetal origin, so you have a male fetus and you would have a male placenta, essentially. So perhaps this implicates the placenta as a potential mechanism of prenatal household air pollution exposures. So these data suggest that increasing levels of household air pollution exposure, even in pregnancy, are bad for children. We know that household air pollution exposure leads to a number of childhood deaths every year from pneumonia, and so perhaps these effects begin even in utero. And so we think that these results suggest that there should be an increase in efforts to reduce air pollution exposures, likely from all sources, but definitely including from the burning of solid fuels in developing countries.